everybody, welcome and welcome back. I am Cris the Girl, and today in this video we are tackling the bedroom. We're going to be doing a deep clean, deep organizing, decluttering, reset of this entire bedroom here. Whatever buzzword you want to use, that's what we're doing to this room. It's a long story. We're going to make it short here for the intro, but essentially I went to the allergy doctor for the very first time a couple days ago. It turns out, you guys, I'm extremely allergic to dust mites. Who would have thought? Also cockroaches, which is absolutely disgusting. Thankfully, we have not seen not a one cockroach in this house, knock on wood, but dust mites, that's what we're focusing on today. Myself, as well as I'm sure tons of other people out there, suffer from allergies, the chronic fatigue, the chronic headaches, the runny nose, the drainage, the itchy eyes, all of that stuff. And honestly, I had no idea that it was dust mites. We'll talk about that all later throughout this video. I want to get this bedroom in particular needs to have a really nice, good, deep clean, because it's been a minute since we've cleaned this room, so we got to do that. And then on top of that, it is a disaster in here, you guys. Like, it is like a bomb went off in this room. There is stuff absolutely everywhere. It is a mess. It needs to be completely reset in here, so that's what we're doing in this video. We are getting our lives back in order, or at least as far as the bedroom is concerned, we're getting our lives back in order here. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I really hope you enjoy it, whether you're putting this on in the background as you're doing your own cleaning, or maybe it will inspire you to do your own big, huge, exciting, deep cleaning project over on your end. Whatever the reason may be, I hope you enjoy the video, and thank you for clicking on it. Grab a snack and a drink, get comfy, get cozy, because we're doing a good old-fashioned deep cleaning, decluttering over here. Let's go. So before we begin, let me show you a before shot in here. This is authentically what this room looks like before I have touched absolutely anything. I did no prepping, no cleaning or anything like that for you guys. I just wanted to show you authentically how much of a disaster this room is. And there's reasons behind why it is. We'll talk about that in a minute here, but it is just especially bad right now in this moment. So again, not only do we need to clean, deep clean, but we also gotta declutter. I gotta find places to put this stuff. I can't live like this anymore. So we have a lot of work to do. Here we go. So first things first, what we're gonna do is get the pillows and the linens off of the bed. I'm gonna put them in another room temporarily. I did just clean all of this stuff just a couple of days ago, but I think for the time being, I just want to get it off of the bed and out of this room, since we're going to be stirring up a ton of dust. And the sheets, linens, pillows, stuffed animals, things like that. Yes, stuffed animals, guys, we're going to talk about it. Hold a lot of the dust mites. I want to get these out of the room, and then we'll take care of them later, but I'm gonna keep the fitted sheet on the mattress. That way the mattress part is at least a little bit protected from all the dust we're gonna be stirring up in here. We will wash the fitted sheet later once we're done with everything, but for now I'm gonna grab this whole big pile of buckies and stuff, and we're gonna move it to a different room. Okay, I'm also gonna grab Bella's bed. We'll wash this stuff later. In my defense, you guys, I had just a terrible week. I had a terrible week this week as far as having time to do like absolutely anything. I had to work overtime for my 9-to-5 job. This is my desk here. I had to work overtime every single day this past week. So I haven't had time to do anything, and my mind has been absolutely fried after work too. So the last thing I'm doing is picking up this gigantic mess when I'm done with work. I've just kind of been throwing stuff like on the floor because I don't have any table space up here for all of my things. So it's a disaster. I totally understand that. In my defense, it's not usually like this, I swear. So for the time being, we're not organizing this at all. I'm just picking stuff up, getting it off of the floor because I want to obviously vacuum. Like what I want to do is move all of the furniture, all of the stuff, you know, even the bed, like out of the way so we can vacuum in the places that we don't typically vacuum every week. So later on in this video, once everything has been dusted and cleaned and stuff, then we will do the actual organizing. We got a lot of work ahead of us, guys. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Also, I gotta show you guys, I recently purchased a portable DVD player. Ta-da! A blast from the past, if I ever did see one. Technically, this is made for children, like if they're like traveling and stuff like that, but I've been wanting to watch The Golden Girls because I have all of the seasons on DVD. I also recently just purchased the complete collection of The Twilight Zone on DVD. So I'm saying all of this to say, first of all, this thing is absolutely awesome and I've been in love with it, but I thought we could also watch some Twilight Zone while we clean. Alright, so I just removed everything from the bed because I remembered that the very first thing that I wanted to do and clean the fan, because it's the thing that is absolutely the highest. It's on the ceiling, so whatever dust falls down, we'll be cleaning it up later. So we're gonna start with that. So I'll say this too while we are dusting the ceiling fan, and also we're gonna dust the ceiling in here in a second too. But one of the things that I learned, if you're allergic to dust mites and stuff like that, you don't want to use the ceiling fans very often. And that makes sense because it's just blowing around the dust and all of that stuff. I think we all know, all of us who have had ceiling fans, we know those get like super dusty, like really quick. So if you are using your ceiling fans, I guess just dust them regularly. I mean, that's what we'll be doing. Yeah, then we're going to dust the little, I don't know what to call this thing, but this little cutout here in the ceiling, and man, oh man, was that really dusty. Glad that I had a extendable little duster thing here because we were able to get in all the nooks and crannies here and get some of that dust out. Okay, next up here, I think we're gonna tackle the blinds, which is my least favorite part of absolutely any of this. When we first moved into this house just a few months ago, what, 6 months ago actually now at this point, I cleaned this entire house, top to bottom, floor to ceiling, wall to wall, including every single one of the blinds in this house. So I'm not looking forward to this at all. It is a pain in the butt. Nobody enjoys doing this. However, we have a couple of tools here to help hopefully make this process a little bit better. First of all, we're going to be watching The Twilight Zone here and getting into a meditative kind of state of mind with all of this. But also, I picked this guy up, and as you can see, it's already been used quite a lot, but I picked this guy up from At Home, actually, of all places. I'm sure you can get this off of Amazon or whatever, but it's a blind cleaner, as you can see. So it cleans like multiple blinds at the same time, like gets right up on in there. So this has actually been really useful and has made the whole process like a lot quicker. After I dusted the blinds, I would go in with some good old-fashioned Pledge. What I probably should do is maybe spray our little duster guy with Pledge and maybe do that for the rest of the blinds. As you can see, they were still pretty dang dirty. So there you go, guys. So I wiped down all of the blinds on here. Now these are all clean. Focus on the window next. Alright, now that the blinds are done, we're going to go ahead and go in with some Mrs. Meyer's, the peony scent, and some spring vibes in here. Just gonna clean around the window and get all the dust and the dead bug carcasses off here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and clean the actual window with this Everspring glass cleaner. The stuff is pretty decent. Got it at Target. Been using it for a bit. So we'll clean the actual window. Then, you guys, I do believe we're done here with this one particular window. So now we just have 1, 2, 3 more to go. So we're definitely gonna have to wash this guy once we're done here. Should have washed it before we started this project, but whatever, here we are, guys. This tool works so good for the blinds. We're just gonna power through it, use our pledge. Hopefully that'll be good enough. It's better than what we started with, let's just say that. This one is in front of my desk, so I wanna make sure it's extra clean because I spend quite a few hours in front of this window. I did have the covers up top of the window here, as you saw, and I have that because now the sun is directly going through this window here, so when I'm working in the middle of the day, it's super bright. So I've had those covers up, but I'm gonna take them down. We'll give them a wash. It's just pillowcases and towels. Okay, thankfully that is it for the windows, the blinds. That was honestly the part that I was looking forward to the least out of all of this. So that's all done now. Now I'm going to focus on the floorboards. Hopefully this shouldn't take too long. By that I mean the paneling. Let me show you. This guy right over here. So I'm gonna dust all of these, and then we're going to get back down here on the floor, and we'll take the Mrs. Myers and we'll do a quick little sweep with the Mrs. Myers all across these guys throughout the entire dang room. So fortunately, we're not going to be able to move this guy, the fireplace, off against the wall because it is super heavy. It's a miracle we got it up the flight of stairs into this room in the first place, so I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, so here we are at the desk. I figured what we can do is I grabbed a box, just an empty box here, and I'm gonna put all of the stuff on my desk into this box, and then we can wipe it down, get it a good proper cleaning. It is so dusty, and I actually just cleaned the top of this last week or something like that, and it's already super dusty. So anyways, we're gonna give it a good dusting and cleaning, and then we can put everything back on there. But anyways, I figured as we were putting the stuff away here, I would just kind of talk about my allergy appointment. They did a shot test on my back, so they did 30 little pricks on my back, all across my back. I would show you the picture, but it's kind of gruesome, honestly, so I don't want to trigger anybody, but tested me for pollen, for pet dander, for dust mites, cockroaches, various trees and grasses, and all the typical allergens. Lo and behold, the dust mites, it lit up like a Christmas tree, you guys. It was so bad on my back. And then they did an additional shot test on my arm here as well for some of the other stuff, just to double check on everything, and that's when we found out cockroaches was a big one for me, as well as pollen and mold. Those were the main ones, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be honest. I thought for sure that the pollen would be the worst one, and it wasn't. So you could have knocked me over with a feather, honestly. I wouldn't have necessarily guessed that it was the dust mites that was really doing me in over here. They gave me a very helpful pamphlet talking about it, and then, like I said, I kind of did my own research on it too when I got home, because it's okay, dust, that's literally everywhere. What do you do about that? You know what I mean? What do you do about any of the allergies, really? But it's man, dust mites, that's a hard one to get rid of. Dust isn't just something that just goes away. That's a hard one. One of the things that I learned is that the bedroom is actually the worst room in the entire house for dust, and dust mites in particular. Just know when I say dust, I mean dust mites. The bedroom is the worst place, and especially if you have carpeting, especially if you have curtains, and just a lot of fabrics in general, the blankets and stuffed animals, you guys. Stuffed animals, that's where dust mites love to be, is in the stuffed animals.
No! God, please, no!
And blankies and pillows and all of this soft, comfortable stuff.
No! No!
I'm okay, great. Well, that's fantastic.
No!
I guess the main reason for the dust being particularly bad in the bedroom is because you're sleeping in the bedroom. So you spend 8 hours of your day, or night, I guess, as it were, in the bedroom. So that's a lot of dust, a lot of skin particles and body heat and stuff like that. So it makes sense. But in my case, I not only spend 8 hours or so in this room, but also I work in this room, you guys. I decided to make my office inside of the bedroom. So I'm actually spending 16 plus hours inside of this dust-filled, dust mite hellhole, basically. So it's like, okay, well, maybe no wonder my allergies have been particularly bad since we moved here to Tennessee. I thought it was the pollen. I thought it was like a, just a different environment sort of thing, but it turns out it might be because of the dust and the fact that we have carpeting in this bedroom, etc. So here we are focusing on the bedroom, and that's a main reason why. Now, fortunately, there's a lot of stuff that we can do to kind of mitigate the dust as much as possible. First of all, and obviously, we just gotta clean a lot more often. The pamphlet said to vacuum like at least twice a week, at least. And I definitely have not been doing that. We'll be lucky if we vacuum once a week sometimes, just depending on how busy we are. That's gonna be a new thing. Also, you can get like vinyl covers for the pillows and the mattress. So it's basically kind of like this plasticky sort of thing that you put over top of your pillow, and it like zips up so it's completely covered, and then you put your pillowcase on top of that. That's supposed to help. You can also get one for your mattress too. So I got a couple of those for pillows, but I don't have anything for the mattress yet, except for our mattress cover, which is better than nothing for now. Also washing the blankets and the sheets, pillowcases and stuff on hot water, at least 140 degrees Fahrenheit, which I definitely have not been doing. I've always just washed the sheets on warm, so now we'll be washing them in hot. Also the stuffed animals, you guys, the stuffed animals and our decorative pillows, turns out have been allergy hell potentially for me this entire time, and all of these stuffed animals have been sitting in this bin surrounding my desk this entire time too. So it's like, oh my god, there's so much stuff that I was doing that was actually potentially not helping at all, and I never would have guessed, truly. So I don't know what we're gonna do about the stuffed animals and the decorative pillows, but we'll have to figure something out. That was fun to learn. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to share all of that in case you were thinking maybe you're allergic to dust too, or maybe you know that you're allergic to dust. If you do, you probably already know all this, but I'm sure it's kind of helpful just in general to know. Again, it seems like such a daunting task, like how you can't just get rid of dust per se. Like this is a constant battle 24/7, and I spend like all my time inside of this room, so it just seems really daunting. But again, there's a lot of things that we can do to stay on top of it better. Now that we're doing a deep clean in here, we can keep on top of it a lot better than I was before. It can be definitely more of a priority, so that's good. Knowledge is half the battle, as they say, and it's true. And I have to say, I'm really, really pleased that I have results. Like, I know now what's going on with me. And even though it is a lot and a little overwhelming and a little like trying not to get obsessive over it, because I'm like, oh my god, it's the dust. Well, now I have to clean absolutely every single inch of this home, or the world's gonna end. You know what I mean? Like, trying not to get obsessive over it has been really hard this week. But anyway, I would rather know. Like, I'm so happy to know what's going on, and to have actual answers for this sort of thing is like really cool. That's not something that usually happens in my life. Usually doctors tell me it's all in my head, or like they can't figure out what's wrong. So it's just really nice to have answers. So I will take it. Even if it's difficult, I will take it. And this is the back side of the desk here, and oh my gosh, you guys, it is so dusty. But anyway, the final thing I'll say about the allergist is that I'm actually going to start, first of all, I'm on a new nose spray, which seems to be working very well, so that's good. But also I'm going to start an allergy shot journey. So I might be diving into the world of allergy shots here by the end of the month. I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I think I'm gonna move on from the desk and just leave everything inside of the box, and we can unpack it later after we vacuum, and once we get everything like back in its place, move the desk back up against the wall. I went downstairs and grabbed another box. We're gonna work on the fireplace now. What we're gonna start doing first initially is getting all of these books off of the fireplace. I'm gonna bring them all downstairs towards the spooky bookcase, even though a lot of these aren't spooky books. But I think I'm just gonna keep all of the books in one place for the time being, and I will figure that out later. That's a problem for later, Cris. But for now, for the time being, I just want these books out of here because I could really use this space here to put like my notebooks and the stuff that I'm actually using up here in the bedroom. Like, I desperately need this space. Wipe down the fireplace and put a couple of things back on there, but again, we will organize that later. I'm gonna move on. We're gonna go ahead and get started on this incredibly messy vanity here. I love this vanity. It's been amazing. I don't know how I've lived all of these years without one, quite frankly. It's a disaster, as you can see, so I'm just going to continue with our method here of just throwing everything in a box, you guys, and dealing with it later. The vanity is I'm unloading one drawer at a time. So I'm unloading the drawer and then cleaning the inside of the drawer and around it and such. And then I'll put everything back inside of it. And I'm just going to do that one at a time. Inside of the drawers is my makeup. That's where I keep all of my makeup. And thankfully, I just went through all of my makeup and kind of organized it and stuff not that long ago, maybe like a month ago or so. That doesn't need to be decluttered or whatever. I just know everything that's inside of these drawers I'm going to keep. Then once I'm done with that, then I'm going to wipe down the entire vanity and get that all nice and clean. But now we're going to move on to the last section of this dang bedroom, you guys. I'm tired, but I'm trying to get this done before it gets too dark outside. It's about 4 o'clock right now, so we don't have that much time left. So anyways, we're going to do the ancestor altar behind me here, my witchy altar. I'm gonna take all of this stuff off, clean it off and dust it and all of the things. We've got our trusty pal, the box, here to help us with that. Also gonna do my nightstand as well, and it's just business as usual, taking everything off, wiping it down, and then that'll be that. And then what we're gonna do, get everything out of here as much as we can, because there's a ton of crap on the floor. Let me show you. This is nightmare inducing. I do apologize, you guys, but yeah, this is what we're dealing with. This is the middle of the bedroom right now. So I'm gonna get all of this stuff out so we can get the vacuum in, vacuum up the entire floor, and then we're gonna put everything back. Okay, guys, we are officially done dusting and wiping things down, at least the big stuff, the furniture stuff. So now we're gonna get our good old pal, the vacuum here, and vacuum the floor best as we can here. I did really wanna move the bed around. We'll see if I'll be able to do that because it's pretty heavy. This is what I read in regards to allergies and vacuuming and the carpets and stuff like that. First of all, it's best if you just don't have carpets at all, which is great, fantastic. We rent this place, so there is nothing I can do about that. There's carpets in this room, and that is that, you guys. If you do have carpets like I do, what I read, and again, I'm not an expert here, so don't take my word for it, do your own research, but from what I read, just vacuuming doesn't necessarily help that much. I mean, it helps. Any little bit helps, but it's not going to completely get rid of like the dust mites in particular. Depending on what vacuum you have, it may even just be swirling and twirling the dust around. So something that I will probably be looking into and investing in the future is like an allergy specific vacuum, whatever that means. The other thing that I learned is that basically the best way to really and effectively clean your carpets and not get rid of, again, like there's no getting rid of dust mites, they're just here. But if you want to really clean the carpets, kill the dust mites as they stand right now or whatever, it's to steam clean the carpets. We're not doing today, clearly and obviously. I do have a steamer, but I don't have any attachment for carpets specifically for it. I don't know, guys. We're just gonna do the best that we can do, and that is that. Whatever little bits that we can do. It's going to be an improvement. It's going to be helpful. So we just have to move forward with it. All that to say, we are now going to vacuum the floor. It's warm now. So just vacuumed this entire bedroom as best as I could. I tried to move the bed, but it's super heavy. So I got it off of the wall, at least a decent amount, and got like that section of it cleaned. And then I remembered that the vacuum has like a long attachment on it. So I just used that and kind of got underneath the bed as best as I could. I did pick this guy up, and I cannot necessarily say that this is actually effective towards allergies or whatever, but it's this Clorox Pure Allergen Neutralizer fabric and carpet spray. So I figured, whatever, we might as well give it a shot. It probably potentially won't hurt. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Everything that I have read and like researched and stuff didn't say anything about like disinfectants and sprays and stuff like that being effective against dust mites. So I don't know, guys, this is probably not really doing anything, but it does smell good, and I figure we might as well just use it and see what happens. So I'm gonna definitely at least spray underneath the bed here, but I might give the carpet a nice good spritz in general. Scooch under the bed here and give it a spray. This is in the fragrance Nighttime Calm, by the way. Okay, why I didn't think this would take this long, I have no idea, but here we are. We're gonna keep going here. Everything is now cleaned, and so I've just been kind of putting furniture back into its place, and now I think we're at a point where we can really get into the nitty-gritty here and start putting stuff back like on the tables and whatnot. So I thought we would start here with the vanity. Just finished up the vanity. I'll do all of the after shots at the end of the video here. We're gonna move on to my desk, which is a huge, gigantic project here. Just gonna go ahead and do the same thing, just get everything all set up and ready to go. Dusty mess later. Now I need a shower. Now I need to be cleaned. But this entire room is now clean.
This house is clean.
So we'll do a before and after shot in here so you can just see the dramatic difference in this room. The before, it was just a mess. A bomb literally went off in this room. I could barely see the floor in some places. Like, everything was just absolutely everywhere, and of course dusty, crusty. And then the after, oh my gosh, you guys, it is just like night and day in here. Now to me, it feels very barren. It feels very minimalistic, and like there's nothing on the walls, there's not much going on and stuff. But I know that this is for the best, you know, putting all the stuffed animals away and putting a few like knickknacks and things like that away too. Like, it's not gonna kill me, especially in this room in here where I need to try to work on keeping it dust free. Not dust free, because that's literally impossible, but like trying to negate the dust as much as I possibly can. So I feel like this is going to help a ton, and it just looks so much better in here. It smells so much better in here. It feels so much better in here. And also, sorry the bed isn't made, but I gotta wash the sheets now and get that all settled. So anyways, that's it, you guys. We did it. This took the entire day. The entire day, literally like non-stop over here, but we did it. We accomplished it. And I'm really hoping, now that we have done this big, massive, deep clean, the goal is going forward to keep on top of it, like as much as possible. Vacuum twice a week in here. Dust maybe once or twice a week or something like that. Keep up with the blinds and keep up with the hard to reach places, like as best as possible. That's it, guys. Like that's the best that we can do, is just simply the best that we can do. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much that I feel that one can really do trying to combat the allergies, combat the dust mites and such. So we did the best that we could do over here with the tools that we have, and that's that. So I feel so much better about it. I'm really, really, really glad that we got this project taken care of. And yeah, I think that is everything. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. A little bit of a spring cleaning. Again, I understand that it's January, but here we are. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much. We have a lot more adventures coming up here, as I always say. I hope that you're doing well out there. I hope 2026 is treating you well so far. And yeah, I will see you all very soon. Thanks for hanging out with me today. See you later, everybody.